of the week here. And it is downtown.
Refreshing to see good old downtown Busan Station here. You know, it's a pretty, I mean, we talked about this when the map was released, but it's a pretty good rendition of what I imagine Busan Station will look like in the future.
I don't even know what year Overwatch really takes place in the future.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. But the way that that exit right there is crafted is very reminiscent to actually how Busan Station looks in real life, where you walk out onto a kind of wider balcony platform exiting the area.
Well, here we go. We'll be kicking things off. Seems like it's just going to be matching up 1-for-1 here on either side. So Zebek will be over onto the Reinhardt. Meeting in the middle. Some swings coming out as they push forward. Zebek taking not too much damage here comparatively to True, but he'll get top back up. Cleston going to get popped up the max proper. Able to find that one. Now charging forward, building up that energy. Cleston will be finished off in the pilot form. The rest of the team just trying to retreat, but Agatha will get picked off. They nearly find another one there on the Colossus and Joyce A1. StormQuake will just go ahead. Keep playing forward a little bit with a couple members, but otherwise get the cap rolling through.
Yeah, very nicely done. Just kind of chucking everyone down with those right clicks was proper. Ends up with 80% to 38 here in terms of grab charge. And as you can see, KongDoo Panthera has to carefully approach this. Another failed push would mean they are really bad in terms of ults.
Pushing their way up, trying to keep True alive. Get a ton of damage here. They're actually going to be able to find a nice pick there on the Z-Bag monster, but the Graviton Surge going to be coming through from proper. Locks him in. Sally so very close to getting one online. Now he'll have it. Armor coming through. We'll just go ahead, slam that one down. Lastro. Transcendent's going to be expiring, and StormQuake going to get stomped out of the fight. KongDoo Panthera. They take it home, and they will go ahead, move over to the point, and get this flip rolling through. Only about 37% going to be gained here for StormQuake.
Incredibly decisive here by KongDoo Panthera. Commit to the fight, use the grab afterwards. StormQuake, I think, being a little bit too overzealous in terms of Proper's grab there. After losing Z-Bag, it was always going to be a losing battle there. Now they return with less ultimates.
Bomb into the air. FaZe are going to open things up. Tosses that one into the back. Will not be able to find a pick. Cleston finds his, and oh my god, it's just going to come out with 5. Out of nowhere, KongDoo Panthera will maintain control in the back of a monster bomb.
It's right in that choke point behind Z-Bag's barrier there. There was just no way to escape. They had nowhere to go except forward or backwards, and when you're caught in that position,
it wasn't even a bigger bang.
Yeah.
There was no setup. It was just Cleston just like, all right, you're dead now.
This area right here, you can't really avoid Diva bombs in that angle.
Absolutely huge. The shatter element from Z-Bag not going to be. Slams that one down, catches no one. Cleston, however, will get popped out of the back proper, able to find that. Sound barrier going to be out from both of these Lucios. KongDoo Panthera still maintaining control here for the moment, but a pin comes through. Sally going to get chunked down to half HP, and now he'll go down. Space finds the hit. True, however, the bit of his own gets rid of last round. Now Suljin going to be eliminated. Amy going to be the lone support here for StormQuake. They cannot retake with this. They have to kite back, and KongDoo maintain control.
And it's really important to note that Sally's going to hold this grab for that same choke point. I think StormQuake would actually do well to take the right side approach instead of going down the same left path. Yeah, they're going to go through this room here. Spotted already. Grab.
Oh, take it away. Sorry, Proper, not today. Cleston sets up a massive bomb, then denies the Graviton Surge. FaZe will be able to find 1, but the damage is done. 3 are gone on the side of StormQuake. Now 4 as Lastro gets picked off. It looked fantastic for StormQuake at the beginning, but now they're struggling to even approach the point. KongDoo Panthera gained control, and now they have it in a death grip.
Cleston's just been so good on this particular map here. He's got nearly another self-destruct ready. He's going to use this high ground to build that. Very difficult to approach here for StormQuake, but they just don't really have any tools. They don't have any options. No support ultimates either.
Will have it online. See when he wants to toss it. Z-Bag going to be gone. No shield available. Bombs up into the air. Not going to find a pick off this time, but it's all right. I think the first one really set the bar a little too high to try to surpass it. Lastro pushing forward. Transcendence out just to buy a little bit of time, but the only support that he has is Proper, who is now dead. And FaZe, who is in pilot form, just now makes it back into the mech, but gets spooked off. They have a very high energy Zarya and Selly to burn him out of that mech, and that will be the round going the way of KongDoo. Gaining control after StormQuake hit 37% and then never relenting.
Outside of the Graviton D-Matrix there, where he absorbed Proper's grab in that last fight, the self-destruct was placed well in a choke point. And people underestimate how much damage D.Va does. I mean, your two best sources of range damage when you're running 3-3, you know, in mirrors are your Zenyatta and your D.Va on the high ground, who gets in there and does massive damage with rockets and, you know, just left clicks. It's not massive range, but it is range damage. It's mobile damage as well at range, so you can get on those high grounds. When you're controlling the defense like that, Kleston's getting in the exact right spot to build that secondary, well, not second, but, you know, his most recent self-destruct there at the end of the last one. And you're also limiting the approach of StormQuake. By the time they get in there, they're all at half health. So good plays by him throughout the round.
Well, here we go, shifting over onto Mecha Base. Both teams going to be meeting up here onto the high ground. Selly under fire, taking a ton of damage here in the front line. Now Kleston as well, in danger of losing the mech. Will be getting bumped back up. They barely managed to survive as the Z-Back monster who charges for it doesn't find a pin, and now will be punished. Kleston coming up with the first kill here of the round. Point is going to be unlocked. KongDoo Panthera dropping down. StormQuake still could fight this one out. The Selly does fall low yet again, but KongDoo will be able to snatch up the first cap.
Really aggressive plays here by StormQuake, trying to commit the shield bash in, but getting killed, you know, and really getting traded out by the more defensive posture here from KongDoo. Grabs up already for Selly.
Yeah, slams that one and locks him up. Transcendence up from Lastro, helps keep most of the people topped up, with Souljet getting pinned and taken out of the grab. Will be falling. And that is going to be the retreat call coming through from StormQuake as they try to kite back.
It was really great to see how everyone played around True there in the front line. We saw StormQuake go in, they looked for the shield bash from Zolgan, they looked to try to get an opening pick, but KongDoo Panthera just backed off. They ended up building so much support ult from this. Look at Agatha, he's already got this trance ready to go.
Yeah, set grab going to be coming through, probably trying to lock him up. I think it might have been eaten again by Kleston, perhaps. It's going to be the Earth Shatter in from True, Transcendence from Agatha as well. As soon as he heard that Graviton go off, was ready to pull the trigger on the ults. Locked that one in, and KongDoo Panthera maintained control yet again. Now above 50% sound barrier, getting ready to be there, as well as another rally from Choice A1.
So Lastro's at 60% of his second trance. He's ahead of Agatha in that regard, but it's not going to be ready necessarily in time for this grab coming out from Selly. So I'd love to see Lastro's perspective here and how he's trying to build that last percentage. It's a little bit too late.
Shatter coming down, locks up one of the sound barriers, going to be there from Kostos, helps keep everybody alive. No one going to be dropping outside of KongDoo Panthera so far. Grabs on Surge, out from Selly yet again. It's going to be good. They're looking for the kills in Z-Back. He will be the first one to fall. Transcendence just a little bit too late to save the life of the Reinhardt. StormQuake struggling to inch their way in onto the point. 85% now for KongDoo Panthera. Everybody rallied up. Everybody maintaining that armor. They have a Shatter ready to go. Agatha nearly with another Transcendence to use against Proper's grab. Should it land this time?
Oh man, it's so unfortunate he didn't have that ready. This might actually just be the end of this map.
Shatter going to be coming down, locks up a few, grab's going to be in. Agatha almost had that Transcendence available. Gets it right at the last second. Will be popping Kleston back up as much as possible, but he'll get knocked out of that suit all the same. Now Agatha picked off. It looks like StormQuake might have found a second lease on life as they go for this 99% flip. Also spying a little bit more time, but Lastro will be able to lock him down in the end, so they get it. It's not 100-0, but StormQuake, they need to hold it the whole way through and then force us onto Sanctuary if they want to win this first match.
Yeah, StormQuake doesn't have any tools to fight in this choke right now either. I think the closest one they're going to get is going to be the Shatter. So it's going to be a tough hold, but KongDoo Panthera is taking this right side approach, trying to kind of backdoor onto the point itself in the open. Self-destruct to lead.
Yeah, they make their way in. The bomb comes down to zone them back, and Z-Back Monster will just get picked off. Answering bump from base, however, just find Kostos and knocks Kleston out of the mech. There's still going to be a nice little exchange here for StormQuake to try to maintain control. Now with Choice A1 going down, that will be the fight. KongDoo Panthera is going to have to reset and reapproach. Selly nearly has that grab online. The main problem is they don't have a Transcendence to counteract Proper's grab.
This is really starting to look more realistic for StormQuake now. It was really cool to see FaZe's self-destruct because he knew, because Kleston had used his early, where his mech would land, because the remech animation is stationary, so he knew he was going to guarantee at least a D-mech, and got that secondary kill. He's trying to use that same high ground I was talking about with Kleston last round, do some extra damage. Look at this angle here for KongDoo, not very good.
Oh, they almost just get it straight up. They finally managed to tag in here onto the corner. Agatha taking a ton of damage in the back line, and FaZe will actually be able to find the kill. Grab comes through. Selly and Proper both going to be investing those ults trying to lock them in. So far, a 1-for-1, a tank for a healer. Shatter down from True. Locks in FaZe, pin coming down. He'll go ahead and knock him out of the mech, but he's got the self-destruct. They're trying to make his way back in. The bash is going to be perfectly timed. FaZe will find 2 picks yet again as Kleston gets knocked out of that mech. Now Kostos off the side to get the reset. They see it. It's 80+% here for StormQuake. One more fight realistically for KongDoo to get this flip.
Yeah, they did not approach very safely. They ended up taking a ton of damage by the time they got on the point. Agatha was destined to die. Still doesn't have trance. It's going to be 2% away, so we'll have it for this push, but that's their best shot here, is making that trance get super value. Here it goes.
Yeah, going to be opening things up. Z-Bag had to use the shatter. Pin gets Kostos. That's going to be massive, but now Z-Bag oversteps a little bit. Each Zenyatta going to be finding a pick. Selly and Suljet going down. Now Agatha out of the fight. It's the only choice they want, really, to try to keep the tanks alive here for KongDoo Panthera as they desperately try to get this flip. It's 99 to 99 on either side. Proper pushing forward, grabs on Surge. Will come down, locks him in. No chance at a denial there as Klesson gets popped out of the mech and finished off by Lastro. StormQuake win the fight. We'll try to extend a little bit longer with a flip over onto the Tracer, but Selly does not stand a chance. And that will be a third round coming through as StormQuake forces over to Sanctuary.
Very close call here for StormQuake, but they kept their cool under the pressure. In that last fight, the priority target should have been proper, but they couldn't kill him in time. The sound barrier came out, saved him, he got the grab off, but he was already insanely high energy. Tanky Zarya, 90+ energy on a point like that in a 4v4 fight is always going to be your worst enemy. And Amy knew that. Amy knew that if he hit the sound barrier there, he would guarantee that protection, guarantee that survival. So suddenly, a competitive first map here. I think we're going to see mirror comps. However, FaZe is teasing that soldier we saw on Route 66.
Yeah, just teasing out this composition, and they're actually going to go for it.
Okay.
Oh boy, it's always been Route 66, but Sanctuary itself, a bit of an open map as far as control is concerned, so we're getting the quad DPS very early in the day.
So it's our first time seeing this not on Route 66 here in Korea. Let's see how KongDoo responds. Looks like they're going to go ahead and swap some heroes.
I mean, it's very realistic that this ends up getting changed out during this round, but
for sure.
I know a lot of you people probably spammed in the chat, oh boy, it's just goats all over again, but here you go. Ask and ye shall receive. Proper got a lot of damage into that back line there on a KongDoo Panthera, but Klesson pushes forward and takes him down. FaZe here over onto the side.
He's got a good angle, but he's just not able to do enough damage. The output with Soldier alone can't finish these targets off.
He's weakening them, getting closer to that halfway point to have that attack visor online, but Z-Bag Monster going to get picked off. FaZe going to be wrapping back around. Does he jump off the side of the map and reset? Looks like the answer will be no. They are going to stick through with this.
This is just another reason why Goats is so strong. It's not because it's impossible to get line of sight on the map pool or anything like that. Just not enough damage from Soldier, for example.
Well, now it's going to be a sound barrier from KongDoo Panthera. Weren't really under any direct threat, but still go ahead and toss that one down.
They're scared of the barrage here, I think, this finishing move.
Possibly. Proper going to be following. Oh, everybody's grouped up here. The shield taking a little bit of damage, trying to break that one down. Need to get a break on Klesson's mech. A couple more shots would find it. Attack visor going to be drawn out by FaZe. Barrage comes in. True going to be eliminated. Selly taken down by the storm arrows from last row. StormQuake make their way in onto the point with that now. As Klesson falls lower and lower with the mech. Z-Bag going to be eliminated, but now Agatha gone. Klesson knocked out. Not going to be using the self-destruct here. And StormQuake will be able to grab control just before KongDoo can hit 50%.
All right, so now that we have this flip through, the question is how long can StormQuake hold on with this comp that has no sustainability? KongDoo Panthera doesn't look like they're going to be swapping any heroes here. They're going to make the approach with the tanky support, tankies, the slash support 3-3 goats, if you will, attack here. It's much easier to attack with this quad DPS than it is to defend because you are constantly approaching from multiple angles, whereas in this case you only have one to defend from.
Yeah, Sujen, not really that many targets that he can pop easily. Can't really get a line of sight in onto Agatha or Kostos. Bomb going to be dropped in. Klesson actually going to be fighting two, but Proper not sitting in the back with a barrage. Takes two of his own, but Kostos is able to finish him off. Flip nearly coming in. They're trying to contest this one with just the Hanzo in on top of the drum. The boop comes through to knock him off. Selly will find the kill, and that will be the flip.
Kostos gets that solo kill on the Lucio. The other thing to remember about this is that was Kleston's remeching Diva Bomb that ended up getting a double. He didn't even necessarily intend for that to happen. It was cool to see the attempted, barrage after that, knowing that he was demeched. But it actually ended up being really carefully handled by KongDoo Panthera, who, again, have the better sustain, have double support ultimates now. StormQuake's making the swap, but it's just too late. They have no else to work with.
You'd suspect that this probably isn't going to work out. Laster has managed to find True here into the front line, grabs on Surge, however. Will lock up the tanks.
Uh-oh, this is good for StormQuake.
Not going to get taken down. They do manage to stay alive. Now the sound barrier is going to be coming through from Kostos. They turn it around towards they want, able to find Sujen. Z-Bag going to be taken down by Kostos. Been coming up with kill after kill here on this Lucio. So they will, in fact, be able to force StormQuake back over into the spawn. They see a wraparound coming through from Amy. know that he just desperately wants to get the tag in onto the point. They're going to try to deny it. They kill him off. That might just be it. Yep, 100 to 39. It was an attempt, I suppose.
It certainly was.
It was nice to see it tried on a map that's not Route 66, but I think that it might be, the quad DPS might be relegated back to that map and that map alone.
I mean, look, it had some moments of success there. On the attack, when you have the Pharah aerial, you have the element of surprise, you've got the Widow for flanking, finishing kills, you have the Soldier for that extra DPS. It can work well. When you're kind of attacking from 4 different angles, well, you have burst damage of the Pharah, you have the finishing power of the Widow, you have some finishing power of the Soldier 76, the rockets, but you have consistent DPS. When they're all working together, it can work, but when you suddenly have the Pharah gets everyone to 1/3 health and then dies, and the Soldier has perfect line of sight, no threat, he has perfect line of sight, he's shooting at targets that cannot hide from him, and he still can't kill them. That's a sign of, you know, this meta does benefit the, you know, the tanky heroes that can be healed very quickly. It benefits staying in one group, getting the Brigitte heals, the Burst heals, the Lucio heals, the Zenyatta heals. We're watching FaZe shoot fish in a barrel, but those fish just simply will not die. They've got too much armor, they're too tanky. It is a sign of the times, it really is. And, you know, they did get that one flip, but at the end of the day, the sustainability of the 3-3 is always going to be better when you don't have that much open space. And the defending quad DPS doesn't have the ability to attack from multiple angles because they're defending one single point. If you spread off that point, you lose control of it.
Yep. I've said it and I'll say it again. I think Soldier 76 should have armor-piercing rounds when tac visor's up. I think it should do increased damage or maybe just ignore the armor. I don't know how it would work.
I would love to see that.
But I think that that would be a neat thing in general to put Soldier back into the meta and especially help counteract something like this. So, I mean, Torbjorn hasn't really found his way in. We're not seeing the armor melted off people.
Unfortunately, Torbjorn's armor piercing is more of a sick +1 bonus. Like, it's not even like a gimmick. It's not even like, oh, we fixed Goats by adding Torbjorn's anti-armor. I don't even think that was even discussed when they decided this change. It was just kind of like, oh, how can make us a little bit stronger? This would be cool. I would love to see more brave changes, like something like the armor-piercing tac visor tossed into the PTR, you know, test it out, feel it out.
Yeah, sure.
But
let's try something else.
Hoping for something in the future. I did see this PTR Ash's scope bug is fixed. That's nice.
Oh, with the FPS and everything like that. Yeah. It's it feels pretty good. I've been doing a lot of Ash when I play competitive and whatnot. You know,
Ash is hard for me, man. My aim is not as good as yours.
Even getting the headshots is the hardest thing. But unfortunately, her base damage is just so damn high. You can still chunk people out even with a body shot. We'll go ahead and take a look at some of the fan signs here as we likely have some player swaps coming through. We'll figure that out momentarily.
It's a Kleston fan here. This drawing of what looks like a duck/puffin character.
Is that an Eevee?
It's Gangnam Jin from Runaway. And yeah, his face on an Eevee.
What?
It says, I choose you.
He's got like 2 tails, though.
That is weird.
And he's got 3 hands. No, he's got more than that. There's one on his, there's 3 on his face and then 2 on the bottom.
That's the Korean for I choose you, like it's used for the Pikachu I choose you.
God, that thing should be saying Edward very slowly.
That's pretty messed up, Achilios. That's pretty messed up, man.
That show was messed up.
The show was messed up, man. It's been out for a while. It's pretty good.
But here you go. Kaiser will be subbed in. Z-Bag going to be stepping out. It was a very lackluster performance from Z-Bag Monster in the beginning. I don't know how that happened, but Kaiser will be coming through. The appropriate name for that accent too. Kaiser's going to be coming in. Don't think we have no subs happening on the side of KongDoo Panthera.
Nope.
So just going to be the one swap here for StormQuake.
I think Z-Bag was often focused down first in these fights because he was trying to follow Zolgan's shield bashes, not for shatters, but actually just for neutral fights, you know, before the cap happened. And that's kind of how you have to play Control, though. You have to be aggressive. You have to look for those opening picks. In most cases, that's kind of the general mentality right now. However, Panthera played it more passively, especially there on Mecha base, and were able to take the first cap there. But I think when you look at Z-Bag's performance overall, I don't know if that necessarily warranted a substitution. So perhaps Kaiser is looking better in scrims right now, and you know, maybe he's going to be playing a little bit of Winston on the next map. Z-Bag's more focused on Ryan right now. It's kind of an odd sub, to be honest. In my view, I appreciate the Kaiser sub a lot on Nepal, but based on this one map, it's tough for me to say, you know, I really get behind this.
Well, we'll see if it's going to be a good decision in the long run, or if it's just going to have to be another swap after the next map. Whatever that may be. Kaiser coming in. Unless it is going to, you know, be a Winston, it seems highly likely that Hollywood could just be the visitation yet again from StormQuake.
I think we're going to Nimbani here. I think there's a pretty good chance, right? I mean, Kaiser's played a lot of Hollywood, but you're making a sub, you're doing something a little bit unusual against KongDoo Panthera, who's beating you in terms of the 3-3. Do you really want to crush them on Hollywood, or try to crush them on Hollywood when you could just take a different approach? Very risky, I think, if you take the Hollywood path. Let's see.
Well, it will be Hollywood.
Okay.
Shifting back over to this pick has been fairly reliable for them. Their first map win of the entire tournament was on Hollywood as well.
True. It's just, if you lose here, what, you know, you're on your last life in the series, and you've got to win the next 3 maps in a row, and you've lost on your best map against a team that is outclassing you so far in 3-3. You've brought Kaiser in, but it's aggro Kaiser, right? Doesn't work as well on extended maps, doesn't work as well on street phases. So that's my concern about this pick here for StormQuake.
Well, Hollywood, the staging grounds for StormQuake to try to tie up this series. KongDoo, like you're alluding to, if they take a victory here, very expected to go ahead, take the entire match and qualify into the round of 8.
The Panthera chant there. This is, instead of Panthera fighting, it says Panthera, you can do it. Nice touch.
A little change up. You don't want the same chant every now and then.
Yeah, every now and then it's good to change it up. Some teams have their own chants that they use for all the time that are like their specific ones. I haven't really seen too much of that yet this season.
Well, they swap around, they show the Pharah, they show the Widow for a little bit, but StormQuake inevitably will just be landing back over onto the good old 3-3.
I'm excited to see how Lastro does on this attack, because we see a lot of point A's taken by fast Transcendence builds.
Well, Kaiser already taking a lot of damage here, but is able to peel back. Not overextending with a charge, at least for the moment.
Lastro currently outclassed by Agatha in terms of article charge, but it's similar.
Choice they want so dangerously low. Not going to get taken down proper, however, pushing up 90 energy here. And Sujen will be able to find the first kill as True goes down. Like looks into the cafe, just chunking people out. This is going to be a one fight, patiently done by StormQuake overall. Didn't fully commit in on the first volley. They peel back, they go back through, they get a nice pick off right at the beginning, and that is going to lead to a very healthy time bank here for the Streets Face. 5.5 minutes getting ready to come through.
Yeah, I mean, Agatha gets the trance, did a ton of damage, was one of the last ones to die, but it wasn't ready in time for the fight, and by the time he had it, if he had used it, it would have been a waste. So they can use it to make sure that StormQuake doesn't get easy control over this choke here, which is one of the most important parts of the Street Phase. But, you know, that was a really, just a patient approach for StormQuake, and they win the longer fight from that kill on True. Awkward spot to fight here, though, for Panthera now. Don't want to overextend without that grab. It's almost ready. They want to have it for this choke specifically.
Honestly, the wraparound worked out pretty well. This is the position they wanted to be in, but they didn't want to be split up. But now it's getting turned on its head just a little bit. The bomb's going to be dropping in, and FaZe will come up with a triple kill, making a quad as Kleston gets popped out of the mech, and Kaiser is there for the finish. KongDoo Panthera swept off the face of the earth in that fight. StormQuake can start advancing here with the cart.
It was just a slight overextension, and they got out there, tried to use that fight to build their ultimates to have that follow-up combo, but StormQuake turned it around on them, turned it on its head, as you said, get the grab to the wall, the triple kill coming out from FaZe, and now, you know, KongDoo can't use that choke anymore. They have to fight out in the open.
Get stun coming through. Kaiser going to be slamming down. Shatter going to be catching 3. They'll manage to find 1 kill off the back of it as Choice A1 will get dropped. Bomb coming down, shield goes up. Kaiser hit for hit there with the pin, and True will be taken down. Good focus coming in from StormQuake on these targets. Off the back of these knockdowns, FaZe will kill off both of the supports. The cart will continue to advance at a neck break pace right now.
I mean, look, I want to say, I want to take back everything I said about I thought Hollywood wasn't the right map choice. I want to take back everything I said about I'm not sure if the Kaiser sub makes sense. Like, I mean, he is playing the game of his life right now. They're getting this insane speed run of this attack. Kaiser has carefully, cautiously played one of the best games of Reinhardt he has this season right now.
Yeah,
just by not charging forward, rather than that, playing with his teammates, getting most of his damage done through left clicks and fire strikes.
I think I said neck break instead of breakneck speed, but
that's okay.
Doesn't matter. Whatever. Getting all mixed up here because the fights are just so damn crazy here for the side of StormQuake. Clutson already going to get popped out of the mech. That means that no one can deny away the Graviton Surge to lock him in. FaZe will come up with another double kill here. Another team wipe, and StormQuake are just rolling through.
That was
4:35 still remaining. They're halfway to C.
That was a perfect fight as well by StormQuake. They corralled everyone forward, shoved them backwards around that corner. Proper already predicted that the attack would go well, so he was there from behind to get a flanking grab.
Shatter coming down. Kaiser not going to be able to lock up much. Answering Shatter out from True. Let's lock down 1. Just gets a pin there onto Sujen. Alleviating a little bit of pressure for the first time. Klesson, however, still going to get popped out of the mech again by Kaiser's fire strike. True going to be pushing forward, swinging away, but the shield is so darn low, as is his HP bar, and StormQuake's going to re-aggress now on the back of the sound barrier in from Amy. Graviton Surge coming down onto the cart, but it's going to be a complete whiff for Selly. Doesn't get anybody, and now Proper is about to have his own online. That's this 100 energy here, nearly pops Klesson out of the mech, forces him around the corner. The Graviton Surge will lock in everybody, push into the back. They melt them down. Transcendence coming out from Agatha is just way too late. Tries to top him up. Another shatter in from Kaiser. FaZe finds 1. Agatha going to be gone. The cart will advance. Klesson just makes it back into the back, tries to tag in. The Wrecking Ball will come through from Choice A1 for the focus fire here from StormQuake. It's looking pretty darn good. Sound barrier desperately from KongDoo to buy a little bit more time. Swapping up a couple things. Agatha moving over into the Moira now. Shatter it down from True. Not going to find anything. KongDoo's picked off Selly, trying to push forward, but the barrier's already going to be popped. He gets taken down. Agatha's gone. A final team wipe and the finish here for StormQuake.
So they snowballed that one super hard. I think we have to remember the failed attempted hold on A from KongDoo Panthera, though, because that move alone gave StormQuake so much momentum. They had ult advantage past the choke. They had the wide open space to fight against the one moment KongDoo Panthera had the grab really available and accessible. Then they had the follow-up fight inside the studio itself, where they corralled everyone back. We saw, bam, Proper comes in from the side where no one can block his grab. He hits everyone. It was kind of like a 1-2-3 punch almost in a way. But had KongDoo Panthera not tried to hold that choke right after A, maybe they would have been able to fight competitively with similar ults throughout that push. They still have a chance to win this just from a full hold on A, but it's very unlikely against a team like this. Or, I mean, sorry, not from a full hold, but rather with a quick cap on A. It's very unlikely against a team like this that you're going to get the same time bank. I mean, that is almost unheard of. They did a good job of buying time there on C. Just kind of fighting their way there with the Wrecking Ball, the well-timed sound barrier, etc.
Yeah.
Had Kleston's remake not gotten, like, behind the RV somehow.
They drew the clock by about, like, a minute from the halfway point to C.
So, I mean,
minute 20.
It could have been worse. It could have been worse. But it doesn't get much worse than this.
Yeah. Still a very uphill battle here for KongDoo Panthera. They absolutely need to shatter the defense of StormQuake.
If they don't win this within 2 pushes, like, they're already setting themselves up for a worse time bank.
Yeah. And then they need to invest in a very heroic hold and some overtime rounds.
Yes.
Let's see what's going to happen here as they approach, wrapping around the corner here. So Bash is going to be going out towards A1, tagged up, dangerously low. Cutting back, trying to survive as Lastra just pushing forward, looking for some targets here for these right clicks. No one going to get dropped on either side. A lot of damage going through. Supports on the side of KongDoo Panthera, however, going to be very happy with the amount of charge that they're building up. But Kaiser, in the meantime, he's going to be at 76% of that Earth Shatter.
Lastro dinks some headshots there. Just catching up with Agatha a little bit right now. The defending Zenyatta usually has the advantage. For Kleston actually on the high ground.
Damage 2 on the Flopper, will be able to stay alive. Kaiser nearly with the Shatter online, but drops low, has to poke his way into the cafe to pick up the mini pack. Will be able to do so. Shield's going to get targeted out, going lower and lower. True trying to catch up, now at 85%, just 10 behind him. Be a battle of the Rhine Shatters here. Kaiser's now online, drops the hammer, catches a few. Transcendence instantly out from Agatha, will keep them alive. They make their way in onto the point, trying to contest this one. Responding Trance out from Lastro. Buys a little bit more time now to the sound barrier. They're looking for the bigger bang. Trying to find the pop. Not going to be able to find anything with the bomb. Lesson going to be responding with one of his own. Agatha and Kaiser are going to be the only two casualties in the fight thus far. KongDoo Panthera is still going to be playing up Kostos, trying to keep everybody alive with the help of Choi Se-Wan, who himself is going to get taken down. Proper
KongDoo's in trouble.
It's not looking great for them. True now going to be eliminated. Selly is only able to fight Sujen. Takes him down, but cannot get a grab online. Proper is going to be chasing forward, looking for the finish here. You did not get Kostos.
Yeah, I missed that shot.
Wow, actually got a little too cocky. Thought he was going to have that hit.
Yeah, he had that predicted shot. Look, KongDoo Panthera used everything in that fight. They came up with nothing. They built in the longer fight another grab, and they're soon to have support ultimates. But Lastro is going to have the answer to this grab right now. It's a really rough spot if you're a KongDoo fan.
Bubbles through here onto Kaiser. True taking so much damage to the front line. Will be finished off by Kaiser. Fire strike to the face. Gets the kill. After pops Kleston out of the mech, they will scoop up that kill, and now they're just going to be chasing him back to the spawn. This is such dominance from StormQuake right now.
This is full hold potential right here.
Yeah, it's looking like it.
KongDoo's got one more shot, and StormQuake has all the answers. They've already pre-rallied, mind you, on top of that. Sogan can go ahead and armor pack Kaiser for a little bit more ult charge if he wants to. They have such a massive lead right now. KongDoo's somehow going to have to catch them off guard. They're going to have to bait out a Transcendence early, which is not going to be easy. Rallies up. They're coming in.
Lesson's already down to half. Proper going to be looking for the setup. Selly dumps his ult, but it's not going to be it's not going to find anything. Face just denies that one away, eating it. This one, however, will be good. Bomb into the back, looking for the picks. Choi Se-Wan not able to get in behind the shield here, and then True taken down on the back end. 48 seconds remaining as StormQuake do look like they will be able to pull off this full hold, barring utter disaster on this next push for their defense.
They have both support ultimates. They still hold the armor from the last rally. They're going to have another one ready. But more than anything else, KongDoo Panthera just doesn't have any good initiation. True is not going to be able to get in position for a big shatter unless, as you say, they make a mistake. And look at how carefully everyone's positioned. Kaiser moving back now, trying to speed boost him around.
Shatter comes in. Oh, just makes his way right around this side, locks him down. They push forward. 3 swift kills coming through. A bomb out from Kleston, desperately trying to find some picks, but it's going to come up short. Doesn't get anything. True dropped, 5 seconds remaining. Somebody contesting the card, but they're going to be alone in that endeavor. It's just Kleston, and now he is going to be gone. OT Bar going to start ticking away. StormQuake pushing forward, Proper locking him in with the Graviton Surge. Into the back, Kostos tries to make his way through. Will not be able to do it, and that is a full hold and a tie in the series, 1-1 as we get ready to go into the halftime break.
Did not expect that StormQuake would have an easy time here on Hollywood, but they had the easiest time. 3-11 time back into a full hold. It doesn't get much more one-sided than that.
Yep.
They just played safe and patiently on the defense. On the attack, they were able to snowball things. But once they defended the first push that came out from KongDoo where they committed their ults, it was always going to be a downhill battle from there for KongDoo because they knew they were going to have no time bank basically at the end. Even if they did get a cap, they played risky, they played greedy because they needed to win on the next push instead of waiting for all their ultimates. FaZe beats the grab, and then everything is over in that moment. You can't win a fight without ults on Hollywood A. At this level of play, you just can't do it. They couldn't do it. And things have turned on their heads very quickly here. I will never question StormQuake's Hollywood map pick again. I will never question it again. Yep. I didn't think it was going to necessarily be bad for them, but I thought if it went poorly, the long-term ramifications of that are like, you lose this series.
Yep.
But they certainly dominated. They certainly turned my expectations on my head. Or
well,
in my head. I don't know how to say this. I'm a little bit sick today, as you guys could tell from my voice.
Yeah, Wolf's in recovery. But it's all right, still powering through the broadcast here this weekend. But, I mean, you have to remember the ramifications of this match. Not only does it affect both of these squads, KongDoo Panthera, one match away from qualifying into the round of 8. StormQuake looking for every single victory that they can possibly grab with their remaining 2 series, this one and then one more next week, as well as Meta Athena sitting at home hoping and praying that StormQuake cannot come up with a victory here, hoping that KongDoo Panthera can take it in the end to keep their hopes alive. So a lot of pressure on all 3 of those teams who are involved in trying to snatch up those final spots available in Group B. 2 teams already locked in, Element Mystic and GC Busan Wave. They punched their ticket into the round of 8 after the Christmas break, but, you know, these other teams, they're still vying for it.
Yeah, they certainly are. StormQuake is fighting tooth and nail here, though, and I love to see it. I love to see that level of coordination from this team that's been a little bit hit or miss in that regard.
Of course, I should mention Gen G. They're also vying for that spot. They are still here.
Yes, technically speaking. They're playing tomorrow. We'll talk more about that then.
Yeah.
Proper's grab
Maybe
there in the studio right before C was incredible. Like, that was the most coordinated thing I think we've ever seen StormQuake do. Just forcing everyone into this fight where they had to back off with the self-destruct coming out. Proper was there. He was ready. Like, they called that 10 seconds before they made that play, because otherwise the Zarya is not going to be in that spot. He's already thinking 2 steps ahead. He's going to the right side there. He's like, oh, you guys are all trying to retreat here. What would happen if the grab got launched exactly where you were trying to run away? I've trapped you. And Klesson already used the Diva Bomb, which forced you to retreat in the first place. Now you're grabbed, and you're going to get hit by the explosion. It was like everything went wrong there for KongDoo Panthera, as everything went right for StormQuake.
Yeah, well, we are tied up 1-1 as we get ready to go into the break, guys. So we'll be back in just a couple minutes with the rest of the series. Talking is hard. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you then.